Welcome back to the YouTube channel. It's been quite a long time since I've uploaded. Had a lot of stuff. We'll try to go through it as fast as we can. I moved, separated from the military because I served my required time. Last video you saw was the car running. I got it dynoed. 393 horsepower and 398 pound-feet of torque, which is a lot. I was expecting like in the low threes, but I'm happy. I'm content with it, sort of. What else has happened? Drove the car for the first time. It was awesome. It was terrifying. I was so happy. I was terrified. So I moved back to New Jersey, which is where Club Loose is. And I had intentions, or I have intentions, of going and drifting down in Englishtown, which is a little over, or a little under an hour away, so it's not far by any means. So today is, let's look. Today is the 22nd of February. They had a Club Loose beginners course that was coming out. They announced that they were gonna have it, and they had a sign up. They said the sign up opening at 9. I didn't have an opportunity to do it at 9, and I went and I like 11 o'clock to check. Already sold out. Was not anticipating that it was sold out, but I know for next time. The first event is March 30th or 31st. It's that Saturday on that weekend. So that's what we're shooting for. Man, so much happened on the car. I'll try to just like breeze through everything super fast. So here's the car as it sits. Right now, as you can tell, harmonic balancer, front timing cover, everything's off. Reason being, I lost oil pressure for some reason. Didn't know why. Talked to the tuner and they're like, hey, you should check and see if the O-ring that's on the pickup tube might have got pinched on install or something like that, so you should look into that. I'm like, okay, O-ring was fine. I just took this opportunity, because that was a stock oil pump. I installed a Melling oil pump, which is right there, this guy. And it's just a higher pressure one. Power steering is working, sort of, it leaks. Coolant overflow reservoir, installed that. It was just a can that was specifically for the 240, so installed that. That was great. Made a clutch and brake reservoir heat shield. I bought one. It didn't work because I made the brake lines as you saw, and it didn't necessarily have any protection under it. So if you look down in there, there's a bottom plate on it. So I made the bottom plate, and then on the side has the cutout for the brake line. So hopefully that passes tech. I made a firewall a while ago, and it met all the specifications and requirements that it had to, but it was one piece. It was really difficult to install and remove, so my dad and I took another crack at it. My dad did it primarily, and he made one. That's all stainless with the exception of that like middle piece that connects the two pieces, so that's pretty sweet. I'm gonna clean it up, and I don't know, maybe I'll paint it, but it's stainless, so it's super cool. What else? I sold the seats. I sold that bride seat that was right here that you saw probably. I couldn't necessarily find another one, and that one was a little tight. So that box on top of the fridge is a set of 2 NRG seats. So I think they're like the 310s. 310s, they're nice. They're not necessarily like the fanciest, best seat in the world, but they match, and they're brand new, and they support 5-point to 6-point harnesses. I bought harnesses. I bought some really nice Crow harnesses. There's a funny story. I'll try to sum it up, but I bought harnesses off a website that was having a sale because they were just like free shipping essentially for Crow harnesses. I'm like, cool, sent it in. They sent me like 3 or 4 different harnesses like conglomerated together. Like you can have the rotary latch style, and then you could have the one where you like pass a latch or like a locking mechanism through all the latches. You just have you'll know what I'm talking about if you have experience with it. But they sent me like 3 pieces from one piece from another. It was just a shit show. So I contacted Crow, and they're like, oh my god, like we're so sorry. So they sent me like whatever I wanted, which was great. So I got like some brand new like just made harnesses, which is sick. Have to install those. So let's continue. We made a new plate. It's kind of flimsy right now because the dash isn't in here, but we made a new plate. The other one was aluminum, and it didn't really sit well with me. It wasn't gonna look as nice as I hoped it would. But something also that's cool, I invested in a forgot the company's name, but it's like ACU Model 8000 switch mechanism. So originally it was gonna be super cool. The car was gonna run on arcade buttons, so I was like, click an arcade button, the engine turns on, so on and so forth. But I couldn't find a reliable way to do it, and it was coming down to the wire, so I just invested in a pretty reliable switch panel source. These are super slick, super nice. I bought a mount that will set this back to flush mount it to this plate. So we're gonna do that. My dad made a mount for that specific switch panel and the fuse box for the engine right here. So the switch panel's on the right, the fuse box is on the left. Then I did all the wiring myself. I tried to be more meticulous about it and like label everything and be super clean and have some really nice solder joints and stuff like that. So later down the road, it's a very reliable system. Battery box, I don't know if you saw, there's a battery box here. It's a tailor-made box. It's a sealed box that FD says that you can have. It's a sealed container. You just have to vent it out if it's a non-sealed battery. So we're working on that. My dad's working on a little plate that goes on the side, on this side and that side, that basically like reinforce where it's mounted. We just did this today, literally like 20 minutes ago. We're in the process of installing hood latches. So these are Aero-Quip ones. You push down, flip it up, and then that unlocks it. And then we got the one on this side. This is a locking one. I put one locking one on the front and one on the back. There's the other side of the firewall. It's got a piece of angle iron to reinforce it. You already know about the fuel cell. This is all done back here. I just have to finish up today on the hood latches, but they work. 1, 2, and then key so no people steal my gas. Don't touch my gas. But yeah, over the next couple days, couple weeks, I have a lot of stuff that I have to do. All right, so over the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I have to grind getting this car in tip-top shape and passing tech. So there's actually a lot of things that I wasn't aware of, and I should have been aware. I skimmed through the manual before I bought the car for Club Loose. I didn't necessarily anticipate that it was going to be my first event. Was going to be there. So I have a lot of stuff I have to do. First and foremost, a outside kill switch. So this is a kill switch. If you're not running a keyed car, so like if you don't have a key to start your ignition and you have a kill switch set up, you have to have an exterior kill switch installed. So I have one right here. Flip you around real quick. Right there, you can see the hole. There's actually this goes directly above the switch panel right here, and there's a nice, like there's not another piece behind here, so you'll have a switch right here, and it doesn't conflict with the hood. The hood starts like right here, and then there's a piece of plastic that will cover everything, and it'll be nice and slick, and then I'll have a kill switch sticker advertised right there. So that's one thing. Second thing, firewall, done. Glad we got that out of the way. That was a big ticket item that we just grinded out one day. This is the list right here. everything that has to get done. A lot of stuff is before others, and there's a lot of items on here that I don't have to do that I want to get in alignment, which I had scheduled, I had to cancel. I want to get another dyno tune. So we'll talk about that. So the guy that I went to have the car dynoed was a very knowledgeable individual when it comes to tuning cars. And since I moved home, I've driven the car a couple times, and my main concern is the throttle when you are to rev the car. Let's say hypothetically, if it was in neutral, clutch in, whatever, rev the car up, there's a slight hesitation. I don't know if it's a fuel related issue, I highly doubt it is, or if it's an ignition related issue where you build up RPM and then it kind of like from 1500 to 3000, there's like nothing. There's like no ignition, and then once you get past that, it revs up. I don't know, to me that doesn't seem correct. So originally I was just gonna leave it. Maybe it would just work itself out, but not really too happy about it. So since I moved home, there's a place called East Coast Supercharging. They're a very renowned LS base engine tuning shop that all they do is tune Corvettes. All they do is tune Camaros, GTOs, any LS based power plant, Cadillac, whatever. And I called them and they're like, yeah, bring it by. We'll put it through its paces and see what's going on with it. So looking forward to that. Welcome back. As you can see, the car is somewhat together, with the exception of up here. So I got an alignment. I'll sprinkle in a video of me driving it and then the YouTube channel for hearing it tuned for the first time, tuned somewhat. But here's the engine as of right now. Things that I have to do today. The mass airflow sensor, which is right here, plugging into the sensor. I have to extend it, unfortunately, because the intake tube that I have, which you've seen, will come down and come over here, and the mass airflow I want close to the filter, because the intake is the outside of the throttle body is 4 1/4 inches, then the intake tube is 4 inches, and then the mass airflow, which is required unless I want to buy like I don't know what company is that. I forgot what company. There's a super expensive one that makes a 4-inch one, and I'm just like, screw that. So I could get so this goes down to 3 3/4. So instead of like having the mass airflow where it goes 4 1/4 to 3 1/4 to 4-inch, and then the filter is 3 1/4, I'm just gonna have it come down there, and it should look nice because it's kind of ugly, the mass airflow. So it should be like tucked away and almost look like you can even kind of see it now. It kind of looks like it's a part of the filter a little bit. This is it right here. So yeah, but car is running. I'll drop the video in right here.